Time's up. Have your own.
Here it comes.
All kids out of the pool for Adult Swim. All kids out.
Lego Lord of the Rings Balrog raised eyebrows for what some fans say is an unfortunate pose. I see it. I see it. Oh, I see it. It's taking a piss on Gandalf.
You shall not!
And he says to her, listen, you got a fine white girl ass. So I don't like the look of this D. Listen, I don't need gay or straight boner pills. My boner works just fine.
Before you go, one question.
Yes?
Where in the galaxy is Sanusi?
Show us your tits and I'll tell you.
Yeah, I want to see movies! I think I've died and gone straight to honker heaven. Boobs are amazing.
The more things change, the more they stay the same. Howdy, y'all. Welcome to the Daily Dive, the Double Ds, where you, the chat, you are the gatekeepers. You are the gatekeepers. You're in charge. You make the world go round. You generally try, hopefully, to tell me what to do. Otherwise, I will ramble on things I want to talk about. This show's about you. Well, you want to talk about most of the time. Anyway, hang on. Ugh. I swear, that 1% is sick, just won't go away. It's disgusting. It's terrible. Anyway, hope you guys are having a good Monday. I've had a wild weekend. It's been a wild weekend. It was I didn't bring it back, Frank. It was always there. It's always there. I didn't mean I was talking about this yesterday or the other day. I forgot. I didn't realize I didn't have it in the roundtable intro. It's supposed to be there. The Dr. Clip's always here. It's always here. It's always been a part of this intro. When I made the intro. Anyway, it's been a wild weekend. I'm very pleased that people seem to like me shitting all over Starfleet Academy. A lot of new people coming around. Hope you're enjoying watching the content right here. Although, gotta love it. More things change, the more they stay the same. We are up almost 100 subs from last week due to my critique of Starfleet Academy. Yet still this morning, YouTube, in the past 20 minutes, decided to yank 7 subs away from the channel, even though we're rolling right now, and it's great. And I thank everybody for the support. Hit that like button. Keep talking in the comments. Keep watching the videos, leaving comments. We're having fun here. I'm excited. I'm excited. I'm motivated. It's going to be a wild week. I think we're going to have a good time this week. Anyway, it is Monday, though, and it's always a little rough to start on a Monday because nothing's really changed since Sunday. That's part of the problem. No new great news happens. We might find something in the news. We might find something, but we'll do our best. So howdy, all. Let's get going. But this is a particular type of show we do here. This particular show, it's the one show where your participation is necessary to make it work. The rules remain the same as they have been for almost, all right, let's see. It is January. We started doing this stream in May, right at the beginning, middle of April, beginning of May. So we're getting close to a year doing the show. In fact, in another week and a half, it's the 5-year anniversary of this channel. So we're moving things here, But the rules remain the same for this show. $10. You can order an Adam rant on just about anything within reason. We keep it pop culture or comedy related. It's funny stuff like that. $15 gets you ask me a question. I'll tell you no lies. We'll have a discussion. We sit down, we talk. We'll range over the things. We nerd chatted up. $15 also gets you a hot take, instant reaction to an article we may come across in the news. No prep time. I dive right in. Or one you may have found that you want me to react to. And then $35 gets you chat. Made me watch this reviews. I am currently working on the one that Kratos ordered last week. Pan 2015. I'm about halfway through the movie. It is dog shit. It is hot, steamy dog shit. I can say that. I can say that. More than halfway through the movie, I can say it's hot, steamy dog shit. Thank you, Kratos, for that one. Them's the rules. We play by those rules. I hope you would enjoy them. We have a lot of fun here. So, hail, everybody. Hail, Subvert. Welcome. Hail, Kratos. Hail, Weasel. Weasel, wait. All right, Weasel, what's going on? Did I miss something? Did something happen? Is there a meme I'm not aware of, or did something happen I'm not aware of? Remember, I'm all caught up in my own shit for the past, what is it now? 96 hours. I'm essentially caught up in my own shit for the past 96 hours. I don't know what's going on. Did something happen? Or is this something that I should know about that retard doesn't know? Have I missed something? Have I missed something? I don't know. I do the best I can. I try so hard to remain competent. And y'all just throw things at me that make me question myself. So what are we going to do today? What are we going to do? We got the news. We'll go through the news as usual. I do have something that I didn't bring up on Roundtable yesterday. We got so caught up in the conversations that I forgot. I had several things sitting on my sidebar that I wanted to pop up, but this one is relevant to the Starfleet Academy discussion. I wish I brought it up yesterday. It would have been fun to have Dre and Jed react to this. Jed already saw this one. I don't think Dre had seen this one. Would have been fun, but that means you guys get to react to this one too with me, okay? That means we're going to go over this one together. That's what it means. So I'm going to bring this up, and then we'll ask some questions, because once again, I am farming questions for next week's roundtable. I'm trying to I'll put the discussion question together, but this is yet more evidence. It's a bad joke. Okay. Well, feel shame that I didn't get it. Anyway, we are up to here right now with Starfleet Academy bullshit. We are up to here. Yesterday, for the past several days, you can watch my reviews. Jed and I did a stream. We'll be back next week with another stream where No Man Wants to Go reviews. And then, of course, it's just we dealt with the Stan coping. The fake fan Stan coping of this stuff. How, it's so good. Oh, I cry when I see this. Oh, I found, like, people actually have said they have found their captain in Captain Holly Hunter. They have actually had the balls to say that. When you have the likes of Kirk, Sisko, and Picard out there. Oh, Holly Hunter is my captain. No. A captain's nutsack curled up in a chair on the bridge, reading a book. Anyway, but we have interviews all over the place. And I generally don't watch interviews unless I'm pointed to one to say, oh, you've got to check this out. You've got to check this out because it just rips it all to shreds. It shows a retarded there. And there is a clip from an interview going around out there with 3 of the cast members from Starfleet Academy. Betazoid Princess, who I call Tooth, the Admiral's daughter, and the pacifist Klingon who just wants to be a scientist, who was raised by his single mom Klingon. They have a little clip here. I'm going to play it for you right now, okay? I'm going to play it for you. And we're going to just comment. I'm not going to say a word until it's over. I am going to keep my mouth shut. We're going to watch this, though. Here we go.
I think that we are redefining what it means to be a warrior. You know what I mean? Like, a warrior doesn't always mean picking up, weapon and going into battle. There's like a lot of other battlefields. And so I think that's what we're doing in Starfleet Academy with Klingons. I think that
Stop, you homosexual man. That is a homosexual man right there. Look at his jewelry. Look at his painted nails. There's only one way that this girl feels comfortable with his hand on her knee like that, because he is a homosexual man. He was barely containing that lisp. One of the consistent things we've talked about since we have begun the discussion of Starfleet Academy is the complete, not only disrespect for Star Trek lore, Star Trek canon, but the complete and total misunderstanding. No, I was wrong. No. The complete lack. No, a misunderstanding means there's just confusion on both sides. No, we're talking lack of understanding. There is a complete and total lack of understanding. If you have sent out your actors, and when you hear him talk like this, you know his voice is modulated in the show. I believe that a warrior doesn't have to be a fighter. A complete lack of understanding of Star Trek. Klingons are I love Klingons. I love Klingons. Worf is my favorite character. I love Worf. Worf's story, everything Worf is fantastic. It's one of the most deepest, engrossing, multiple series plot arcs, character arcs that I have witnessed in television. And the growth in the character, everything like that. It's fantastic to watch Worf go from beginning to end. It's great. Every second of it. And it involves Klingon culture. Through Worf in Next Generation, we learned more and more and more about Klingon culture. And it's not about being barbaric warriors with Klingons. It's about honor. Battle is about honor and achieving glory for the Empire. It's about glory and honor. It's not just about the fight. It's not about being bloodthirsty. But you see, limp-wristed people like this, unmasculine people like this. I don't care if he's fit. He's clearly fit, but he's gay. All these people who are involved with this show don't know about Star Trek. They don't know that it's not about just being a warrior and fighting. And there's other ways to be a warrior. They don't know that with Klingons, it's about honor. It's about respect. Because a Klingon can lose everything through cowardice or mistakes. But if you do one glorious act of honor, you can restore everything. Or do it in somebody else's name. Perfect example. TNG, and I hate to say this, season 7. No, sorry, it's DS9. Sorry, DS9 season 7. And I hate to bring this up because we are 30 years removed and it's still too soon. After Jadzia is murdered by Gul Dukat and Worf is mourning, he and Martok and the crew of, I forget what Martok's bird of prey is called. I don't remember at the moment. It's just slipped my mind. But they have a mission. They must complete a near suicide mission in order to make sure that Jadzia's soul gets to Stovacor. And it's not in that episode, it's not about being a warrior. It's about doing something heroic and honorable, and dangerous, near nigh impossible, to make sure that somebody else who has earned that honor, because Jadzia died in not because of her fault. She was murdered by Gul Dukat, possessed by a Pa Wraith. Because she was murdered in a way that she didn't have a chance to fight, because she was praying at an altar when Gul Dukat, pregnant with Worf's child, Gul Dukat came in, blasted her with Pa Wraith lightning, essentially killed her, and because of that she didn't have a chance to earn her place in Stovacor, because she was of the house of Martok. The house of Martok, because Worf is of the house of Martok. Anyway, so they go on the mission to do something in her name, brave, honorable, high chance of failure, high chance of death, but if they complete the mission, even in death, if they complete the mission, her soul can move on to Stovacor. And someday Worf will be reunited with her when he goes, because Worf has earned his place in Stovacor 10 times over. Worf will go to Stovacor. There's no question. So, but to that, it's not about being a warrior. It's about doing an act of honor and bravery. And if you do not understand that, you do not understand one of the beating hearts of Star Trek. And I say beating heart also in reference to their marriage vows and the following episode where Worf throws away his career opportunities to save his wife on a mission. Because the beating heart. He remembers the beating heart. So when you talk about it's Starfleet Academy, there are other ways to be a warrior. Shut up. Shut up. Get the fuck out of my franchises. I'm going to put on my armor. I'm going to pick up my mech lift because I'm not going to take a bat lift. I'm going to take a mech lift. I'm going to stand there and I'm going to throw each and every one of you out of my fandom. I'm going to be a gatekeeper. Just like you, the gatekeepers. It is our job now to, as I have said before in the past concerning Star Wars, but now I'm labeling everything with this. It is our job to collect, protect, and preserve what we love. Because here's the thing, now just to spread this out to the rest of the conversation at large. We are winning what's going on. The tide of battle has shifted in our favor. All you have to do is go around social media right now, and I know that's difficult. I don't recommend it. You will lose part of your soul when you do it. You must be fortified and prepared. We are winning what's going on here. Those who are stans, fake fans, shills, those who are tourists, who come in here and want to change an IP, not join an IP, join a franchise, join a fandom. They are in retreat. They are scrambling. They are creating and living in fantasy worlds. Just look at what's going on here in the past 96 hours. Maybe if you want to add in maybe another 118 hours. I could do math when I try. Past 5 or 6 days, we'll just say 4 or 5 days. Since last Thursday, when this started with this Academy crap. They are all in retreat. They're scrambling. They are trying to recontextualize the reality going on. Starfleet Academy, and this has been a bigger rejection than I thought it was going to be. I was just hoping for a little bit of interaction, a little bit of this, a little bit of that, but what's going on in Starfleet Academy has turned out to be a much larger battle than I anticipated. I thought we were going to have some fun shitting on it. People would get a few subs here and there. I do 2 reviews for 2 months, and then we would figure out what to do next. But no, here we are. And people are animated. People are aggravated. People are pissed at seeing this latest bit of Kurtzman New Trek shat out, spread around, and we're supposed to be told that it's good, even though it stinks. It stinks. You can see chunks in it. Terrible. But they are scrambling. They are trying to create new, fresh narratives that, Star Trek was always woke. No, Star Trek was classically, liberally progressive. Star Trek was always political. No. It wasn't. It pushed ideas. It presented, as Jed would say, it presented arguments in a clear fashion for the audience to disseminate and discuss. Never telling you what's the right answer. You just hate this because you're a racist. I mean, they're rolling out again. We don't like it because there's a woman in the captain's chair, or there's all these fat, ugly women, females all over the place. It's so diverse. You hate the cripples. This and that. They're rolling out the same old tired things, which shows you how scared they are. They're relying on fake narratives across the board. And it's not just Star Trek. It's happening with Disney Star Wars. All it took was a fake news report. And it was fake. It hasn't proved fake to say that Dave Filoni didn't like Andor. That's all it took for part of the Disney stand base to say, oh, look, Dave Filoni hated Andor. He should keep going what he does. And for the Andorites, the Gilroy dick suckers, go, oh, Andor is Star Wars. Andor, what are you talking about? No, Andor is not Star Wars. It's political propaganda. Tony Gilroy said it himself. But right now, if you look at the landscape, whether it's Star Trek, Star Wars, Doctor Who, Lord of the Rings, I think there's Rings of Power news that guy's a blue wizard. I don't know if that's real or not. But that's out there. That's making the runs, making the circles right now, making the rounds. That's the word, rounds. Rounds is the word. Making the rounds. They are all scrambling to back up their bullshit. Every single one of them are scrambling because all you have to do, if you are a fan with knowledge or the ability to do some easy research, you can totally annihilate every one of their arguments. We did that yesterday on Roundtable. Go check it out. Or I've done it recently. One guy says, Gene Roddenberry's Star Trek was not about the pursuit of wealth at all. Yeah, and the Federation is a post-scarcity society, but you get outside the Federation, everybody wants that latinum. It's there. You can easily spot a tourist, a fake fan, a shill, as they spout the regurgitated arguments to try and stop us from advancing forward on the battlefield. And we're advancing. Now, it is time to stop using the word woke. It's time to retire that term. It has lost all meaning because there is no way to define it anymore. I suggest use the words agenda. Messaging is still a good one. The message, if you want to borrow that from Drinker. I prefer the word agenda. I say use agenda because that's what it is. And use the two words that are the truth behind everything. The two words that are the power behind wokeness, behind political activism, behind identity politics, behind intersectional feminism. There are two words that are behind that. Say it with me. Commie Marxism. Commie Marxism behind it all. Far left commie Marxism. On display. We're not going to go into it, but just remind you, look at the real world events going on right here in the United States right now. Commie Marxist insurrection behavior. That's what's going on. That's who's behind all this shit. That is the truth. It's time to call it out for what it is. Time to be better dead than red. Time to remind people that he may have gone about it the wrong way, but McCarthy was right. McCarthyism wasn't wrong. It was just executed poorly. Better dead than red. That is the truth of what to remember right now. That's what we're fighting against. We're not fighting wokeness. We're fighting goddamn commies. Fucking commies. Because they did what they said they were going to do. The long march through history. They embedded themselves in our universities, in our organizations and industries, and then they watched the seeds grow by when they indoctrinated children. My mom told me a story this weekend. She told me a story this weekend. She has a client. She works in senior care, and her client had a friend come over, and she was there. They were listening. She got introduced. They had some conversation, and this woman who is a legal immigrant from Asia, legal immigrant, who believes in what the president is doing, who's all for it, all for what President Trump is doing, but because somewhere along the way she lost communication with her child, her daughter, her 18-year-old daughter has been fully indoctrinated by social media and legacy media that we are living in a totalitarian world. that, oh my God, the Gestapo are marching down the streets. You have to be worried who's going to bust in your door. This is somebody who truly, fully believes the bullshit. And that's the commie Marxist way. Get them while they're young. Get them while they're young. Indoctrinate them. And there is a lost generation out there. If you spot the septum ring, the piercings, certain hair colors, certain hairstyles, certain types of tattoos, you know what you're doing. You know what's there. They're lost. They're broken. I don't think there's any amount of rescuing that can, and deprogramming that can be done. I don't even know if deprogramming really works. I don't know. I can't say. I have rarely seen a full-on commie Marxist get flipped around. And some of that, and they never will. They'll never understand it because they all think it's one giant kumbaya. We're all working together for the greater good of the community. They don't know the history. Because if they get any sort of control or power, the purity testing will begin. Just ask Trotsky about purity testing. Oh, wait, you can't because they killed him when they caught up to him. So it's about understanding your enemy. And the internet, as today's title of the episode is, Internet breeds stupid. Social media breeds stupid. Jed and Dre said it perfectly yesterday on Roundtable. Perfectly said. I think it was Dre said it one way and then Jed added to it that social media allows for the stupid people to find each other and to internet breed and convince themselves that they have any sort of intellectual grasp on reality. Whereas back in the day, the stupid person spoke up, everybody said, you sit your fat ass back down, shut up, either learn or get the fuck out. But no, today, the stupid people congregate. And they use commie Marxist Bolshevik tactics of shouting really loud from different directions to make it sound like there are more of them than they actually are. They think some of them think, because they're idiots, they are the term useful idiot. Lenin said it. He will use the useful idiots to achieve his goals. And he did. And they continue to do so. They continue to use useful idiots. 90% of the chattering monkeys you see on social media are useful idiots being puppeteered by larger commie Marxist thugs who don't care about the cause. They care about the power. The unlimited power that comes from being at the top of the commie Marxist food chain, where you get everything while everybody else gets nothing. Understand what you're dealing with. You can't fight, you can't argue with these people. You must simply, listen, anybody that follows me on X Twitter, there's my handle right there. You know, I'm not exactly a large presence on X. I'm not a large presence. I don't play the game well. I don't try to get interaction. I spend my time poking at stands and shills. I annoy them. I try to get blocked. That's my game. A good old buddy, grumpy old gamer, told me, when you do this, get in there and just have fun and don't give a shit. Now, that's how I played the game. I throw grenades and I walk away, and they hate it. They hate it when I don't play around and I don't fence back and forth. They hate that. So, understand what you're playing with there. Understand the rules of the game. Don't try to fight with these people. Don't try to fight. Don't try to argue because they want to drag you down into a pointless circular logic argument. Drop the facts. Let everybody read the facts and walk away. Shine the light. Shine the pure sunlight, disinfectant truth down upon them. Show everybody what retards they are. Quote, tweet it, reply, this and that. Share it here and there. And then walk away. Because you win the argument. You win the battle when you drop truth and the world reads it without it being lost in a circular argument mired by facts and illogic. Poor facts and illogic. Because when you are armed, it's one of my sayings, I believe in facts and logic. If you come to battle armed with facts and logic, you will win every time. It may not be a flashy win. It may not be an immediate win, but you will win. Because if you come with things that can be backed up with hardcore receipts, if your information can be backed up, if your argument is sound, both logically and factually, you will win. People will read it. And if you have not gotten into a pointless fight with a retard where your point gets lost as they try to throw fake evidence, fake points, try to twist logic, try to use their favorite tactic of the favorite commie Marxist tactic of reality inversion. If you do not get mired in that, they cannot beat you because they win when they muddy the waters. When they muddy the waters and try and twist what you're saying into a fake narrative. Yesterday, go watch Roundtable. Jed and Dre and I, we looked at some particular pieces of shit on social media who twist reality to fit their narrative. And if you don't allow them to do that, then you win. Because they want and here's the other thing. Here's how to spot us up. These people are all terminally online. Adam, you do a stream every day. You're constantly on YouTube. I'm creating content. I'm having discussions. We talk here. We go back and forth. I have disagreements all the time with people. If you are constantly posting on social media, and when I say social media, I mean X. If you are posting every hour on the hour, every couple hours, every few minutes, doing this and that, you're terminally online. You need to walk away. I'm going to stay off of X for most of the week. I'm going to take a week where I'm not going to reply to anything. It's one of those weeks I'm not going to reply to a goddamn thing. You could contact me in DMs, but I'm not going to reply to anything. Not that I pay attention to when people at me anyway. I mean, I'm the worst kind of person. If you're trying to get my attention on X through at, you're not going to have it because I never check. Look, I'll show you. I'll bring up my main page here. I'll bring it up. I'll show you. You can see it. All right. I'll show you right here. I'll show you. I am not ashamed of this. People have mocked me of it, but I'm not ashamed of this. It shows that I'm not terminal. Look, my notifications. If it loads. Oh, what? God dang it. Hang on. One of these days, they're going to fix this, and it's going to go back to normal. Right here. Look at my notifications. 20 plus. I don't check my notifications. It's how I stay sane. I do not check my notifications. I don't. If you want to get in touch with me, you DM me. Because I check my DMs all the time. I always have my DM window is always open. I check it. At a certain point in the day, I shut it down. But during the regular business hours, my DMs are open. You can email me. My email is available on this YouTube channel. You can go see what my business email is for the channel. There are ways to get a hold of me. Notifications or not. Adding me is not a way to get a hold of me. Not a way to do it. Point is, though, there's a way to play the game. The smart way to play the game is to basically Sun Tzu. Sometimes you got to win by not engaging. Sometimes you win, you defeat your enemy by not allowing them the chance to fight. Drain their resources. Bleed them dry in other ways. Because time is on your side in these arguments. Time is on your side. Because they're losing money everywhere. Remember that. Remember that. All our enemies in basically agenda-driven entertainment, they're losing money. The money train is gone. The social credit payouts, they're ending. They're not happening anymore. There's no the ESG money is long gone. Remember that? Remember when we used to talk about the ESG money, funding all shit? That's gone. That doesn't exist anymore. That doesn't exist anymore. They have to shuffle that to other stuff. There's no, how do I put this? There's no depth to our enemies. They are weak. They are shallow. They are a house of cards. They believe in nothing. They believe in their skin color, their gender. That's what they believe in. We will continue to win. We haven't won. We are simply winning and shifting the battlefield in our favor. That is what's happening right now. But vigilance, diligence. Must be vigilant, must be diligent, must be aware. This is why sometimes I get angry. You guys have seen it. I get angry at certain types of individuals on social media who claim to be on our side, who I just call the true grifters. They like to call us all grifters. There are the true grifters out there. The ones who constantly, immediately jump in and say, oh, it's woke. Oh, it's this. And don't have the franchise knowledge, the IP education to back up what they say. And they rush out there and say the dumbest shit in the world and leave themselves vulnerable for our enemies to make what look like logical counter arguments. This is why you do not rush out there. You take your time. You collect your evidence. You formulate your thoughts, and then you go. If you're going to say something, then do it like that. Don't just rush out there and go, oh, look at that. Blah, blah, blah. No, think about it for a second. We have brains. Use them. Some of us don't have as much smart as other people, but you can be smart with patience. Patience is a virtue. Patience is key to victory. You do not rush headlong into the storm. You wait for it to pass. You wait for a window of calm. Then you advance. Then you seek shelter. Then you advance again. And eventually the storm passes. And if you have been careful, oh, look, you're in one piece. You did not lose ground. In fact, you gained a little ground. And now the battlefield is yours because your enemy and your foolish allies were trying to fight in the storm. Do not fight in the storm. Use the storm to your advantage. Think strategically and use proper tactics to achieve a successful strategy. Excuse me. Throat's going dry from all this. Hang on. Wow, I got lightheaded there for a second. I needed a little hydration there. That was a straight 30-minute. Anyway, but so smart. Be smart, guys. Be smart. Know how to engage. And I engage like this. I sit here. I talk. I come prepared. I listen to you guys. We have conversations. I do my research. And you know what the key thing also? Excuse me. You know what are the key things also? Don't talk about shit you don't know. Talk about the shit you know and understand. Don't wade into an argument on a topic you have no foundation on, because you will lose that fight. Even if you're doing it for the best intentions, you will lose. Be smart about where you engage. Perfect example. 2 weeks ago, I tapped out of reviewing Fallout Season 2 because you know what? I don't know enough about Fallout to accurately analyze the shit show that is Season 2. So I tapped out. I backed out. And what have I gotten replaced with? Something I can talk about. Star Trek. Star Trek. Been a fan for, what now? Yeah, I've been a fan for well over 30 years. Mid-'80s, I got introduced to Trek. And I just loved it. Not as much as I loved Star Wars back in the day. Star Wars is my first true fandom. But I love Star Trek. I've only seen TOS a couple of times because back in the day, TOS was not aired religiously on television. And when syndication happened, it still really wasn't. But TNG, DS9, even Voyager, syndicated. I watched all of those on repeat, and now I own what I can. Got my TNG remastered Blu-rays. If they ever decided to be smart and remaster DS9, take my money. Take my money. I want DS9 on physical media, not the DVDs. I want Blu-ray goodness. I have to blow my nose. Hold on a second. I'm starting not to breathe right. Hang on a second. Excuse me. With 1% of the sick I still got. 1%. It's been now. I'm 10 weeks with this crap still. 10 weeks I've had this fucking thing. Ugh. Almost. It's my nose. Just my nose. And twice a day, I spit shit up still because when I wake up and when I try to go to bed, it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. Anyway, yeah, but I've loved Star Trek since I was a youth, since I was a little lad, and I've watched and I wouldn't call myself a perfect Star Trek fan because I don't know every little detail, but I've just watched most of the franchise over and over again. I have seen TNG at least between 15 and 20 times all the way through. Even more now because I could just pop it in whenever I want. I've seen DS9 12 times. Currently the 13th watch with the Wormhole Watch. I've seen Voyager at least 8 to 10 times all the way through. So, I mean, I just have watched it over and over and over again. There's my knowledge. There's my Star Trek knowledge. Between the movies and television, I just watch them over and over and over again, and I remember shit. That's my knowledge. I know what the shows told me. And I played a couple games here and there, but you know how that works too. And I read a few books, but books in Star Trek, books are not canon. Books aren't canon. They're not. As good as some of them are or were, they're not canon. They're not canon. It was an interesting one I once read, which created an origin for the Borg. It was a pretty good one. It was a pretty good one. It was a particular timeline that I was reading, which started post Nemesis, where Beverly gets kidnapped by Ramis. And Picard goes to save her, and Warfree joins the Enterprise E as a crew member and becomes first officer. And then from that point forward, there was some Borg storylines and this and that. Janeway got killed, but I was like, yeah, Janeway gets killed. That woman's a menace. Destroyed an entire quadrant. And then, of course, it kept going farther. And there was a whole line of DS9 books that I started reading that was going to end with a fate. What was the fate of Sisko? And I never got to that book. I never got there. It was a cool cover. It had Sisko kind of in an ethereal image on the front of the cover, and it had Kira in a Starfleet uniform like she was in season 7, with commander rank on it. So at that point, Bajor's in the Federation. Kira's a Starfleet officer at that point, probably in command at DS9. And so I was trying to get to, but then I kind of ran out of steam for the DS9 books I was reading. This was around 2008, 2009, I think. Ran out of steam with it because I started to realize this shit ain't canon, is it? And if it's not canon, I can't keep going. As cool as I want to know as much as I wanted to know what they thought the fate of Sisko was going to be, and they're going to and fuck Starfleet Academy. They're heading towards it. There's an episode this season. They're going to try and do it. And you want to see me rage. I think it's in 2 weeks. You want to see me lose my shit? No, 3 weeks. I think it's episode 4 or 5. Brad said it might be 4 or 5. You want to see me lose my shit? Tune in for that review. I am going to probably have one of the most epic meltdowns you're ever going to see in a review. Ever. Got to blow my nose again. Excuse me. There we go. So, yeah. So, this is fight wisely. That's going back to the whole reason I went down the track. Fight wisely. Don't talk about things you don't know about. You won't lose a fight if you stick with what you know. That's a simple rule I follow. Wow. I've been going for 43 minutes on this stuff. Damn. And no, this was not a free rant. This was a monologue, Kratos. This was a monologue. That was a very big, long monologue. Not a free rant. I didn't go into rant mode. I was monologuing. I was talking. Anyway, thank you all for being here. People coming in, chatting. Glad to have everybody here with me this afternoon. What do you mean I'm getting audio problems? Fuck you, YouTube. Fuck you. Hit that like button. Hit the like button. Let's go. All right. Let's go. Let's get to the news. I have to take another drink. I forgot to fill up my water jug before we started. Shame on me. I'm going to have to nurse that little bit as we go forward. All right, let's get to the news. We went on for a while there. Let's get to the news, see what's going on. Okay, where's the news? There's the news. Okay, let's refresh. Been an hour since I had these set up. Always want to be current. All right. As usual, unfortunately, we will start with variety. If it loads, come on, Chrome. Work with me. Thank you. Freaking Chrome. All right, first of all, let's check. You guys want to do anything? No, you guys have not thrown money my way today yet. So I'm going to keep doing what I want to do then. We're going to go over the news. Okay. What the hell? Did move on me there? All right. Amanda Seyfried says winning an Oscar is not important. Do you remember who won the past 10 years? Listen, she's a moron and she's an idiot, but she is right. Nobody cares who won an Oscar. You know, she's in that stupid Pan movie I'm watching. She's in that stupid movie. Yeah, but nobody cares. Nobody cares. You know what, Amanda? Just show me your tits and move on. How about do that, honey? You know, otherwise, I don't care. Go sing in another Mamma Mia crap movie. How about that? Go do that. Kimchi Western Mashville bottom. Valentino Garavani, fashion designer and founder of Valentino brand 93. I feel like just because of some sort of cultural reference, I should know that, but I don't know who he is. Maybe because I'm not gay. Subject matter to award 120 grand in grants to 2026 Sundance. Oh, fuck your fifth festival. Fuck your Sundance crap. Who cares about that? I don't. In an uneven season, Sam Elliott elevated Landman with a brutal, funny, horny depiction of being a man. Uneven season. Okay, I do not watch Landman. I have no interest in Landman. I watch a little bit of Taylor Sheridan and stuff. Other than that, I kind of am mostly checked out. But I do know that a particular episode a couple weeks ago, or maybe it was last week, I don't know, it tackled pronouns. And it basically pointed out how retarded pronouns are. And most of the people I hear enjoy Landman a lot. Great. I'm just not interested. But it's funny that Variety and probably other shows going in an uneven season. Oh, no, you're just not happy because they pointed out the bullshit of pronouns. That's what I bet. You just aren't happy that your shit is failing. That's why I said we are winning in pockets on the battlefield. We're pushing the battle lines. We're moving it forward because they cannot keep up their arguments of pronouns and gender and all that crap. They can't keep it up because normal people are starting to get a clue. They're starting to get a clue. Tomb Raider star Martin Bob Semple signs with, I don't care, a Tomb Raider star. Oh, are we going to say Tomb Raider star? Are we talking about Phoebe Waller-Bridge Tomb Raider? Because if you're in that, you're not going to be a star. That's going to fail miserably. And we will cover that. That's low-hanging fruit. I don't care about you. Katie Pavlich, Jesse Weber, ready to help News Nation overhaul nightly schedule. Good luck. Katie Pavlich was always kind of hot. She's always kind of hot. I would. I very much would. Microdrama addiction, retooling novellas and soccer stories. How Latin America is reinventing its TV industry. Well, I don't live in Latin America, so I don't care. How to watch the 2026 NBA on MLK Day online without cable for free. Very easily. It's very easy to find shit. And I don't watch the NBA anymore because it's not the NBA as I knew it 20 years ago. It's not. It's shit. Complete and total shit. Let's see. Disney shopping. Don't care. Don't try and sell shit to me. AT&T taps Kirk Herbstreit. I don't care about that. Indian streaming giant Geo Hotstar raises prices. Uh-oh. Well, gee, everybody raises prices. What else is fucking new? Critics organization. Don't care. This guy's leaving Disney Latin. Don't know who you are. Don't care. Prince Harry arrives at London court as privacy case against Daily Mail publisher kicks off. Well, I'm sure he got permission from Meghan to go. Renowned Brazilian telenovela writer does something, and I don't care. Jessica Roth, SXSW. What is that? What does SXSW stand for? I'm missing this acronym from my knowledge. I need an explanation, please. Sci-fi thriller Imposters acquired by Blue Finch Films. I probably won't see it. Somebody I don't know is going to direct something I don't care about. BAFTA. I care about BAFTA as much as I care about the Oscars, which means I don't, and you don't either. South by Southwest. That's what that means? South by Southwest. Okay, I see it. Thank you, Weasel. Beta reveals sales deals for Spanish drama series. Korea box office. Now, Korean stuff makes money. In Austin, which means it's probably very lefty. I don't trust. Listen, were you guys in Texas? That's your cancer. Austin is your cancer in Texas. I know it. You know it. Korea box office. Well, Korean stuff matters because people like to watch K stuff. They do. They just do. I personally don't have no interest in K stuff. China box office. Zootopia leads again. Zootopia is now Zootopia 2. And once again, we have to remind everybody, I eat a lot of crow on this one. Last year I said nobody's going to give a damn. Well, apparently I know people gave a damn that it's the most profitable Western, and it made the highest gross. Let's just say it's the highest grossing animated movie of all time, but it's not the most profitable because Demon Slayer Infinity Castle Part 1 is the most profitable. With a 20 to 50 million budget, it made about, I believe, between 700 and 800 million. Yeah, it's not the 1.5 billion that Zootopia made, but with its budget, its profit margin was a lot smaller. Sony's rolling in money because of Infinity Castle and Demon Slayer. Rolling in it. But of course, no one's going to talk about that because we don't talk about anime and its success, do we? Stanley Kwan, Anthony Chen among producers for Hong Kong Half's first lineup in 17 in development projects. Yeah, never. No, yeah, no. I'm not even going to read these names. Don't care. Night of the Seven Kingdoms creator on George R. R. Martin's plans for 15 more books and that gross poop shot in the premiere. What? It's not fake up there, shitting on screen. That's his butt. All right. You guys know I'm no fan of Germ or anything Germ does, so I'm not going to watch nor talk about Night of the Seven Kingdoms because I don't know anything about it and I don't care. But people like it. People enjoy it. I still question whether or not you should even be putting time into it because none of it shit's going to be. I know this much. It's another story Germ hasn't finished. So enjoy yourself on getting basically blue balled again. But there is a shitting scene? What? What is... Are we entering a scat fetish period again? Are we? No, thank you. Poop belongs in the toilet and flushed. No, I don't want to... No. Industry star Kit Harington on Henry Muck's acid-popping descent into supernatural despair and unraveling in real trouble. I'm sorry. I don't take Kit Harington seriously with the whole, my mommy bought me dolls because she didn't want me to be masculine crap. Raid, franchise director, don't care. Hong Kong's Con Con Asian IP Festival feature and prayers. J-pop acts. That's interesting. Nine Seven Kingdoms cast guide. Again, don't care. You want to hear it? There are plenty of other channels going to talk about that. I will not talk about it because I'm not watching it and I don't care. And it'll pop and then it'll fade. That's my prediction. It'll pop and it'll fade. Once it's done, it'll be out of thought. Ben Affleck had food poisoning while shooting Goodbye Scene with Bruce Willis in Armageddon. Sure. Billy Bob Thornton on arguing with Andy Garcia in Landman, and awards shows subbing Taylor Sheridan shows because they assume he's a right-wing guy. Taylor Sheridan is not he's not a right wing. He's not conservative. He is of a different ideological persuasion, but he makes good television because he understands the old rules of television. Appeal to all audiences. Create characters that people can relate to. Very simple. Very simple. Green Day to kick off Super Bowl 60. Super Bowl 60. LX is 60, right? L is 50. X 10. Yeah, 60. Super Bowl 60. Opening ceremony. Green Day, who are nothing but propaganda frontmen now. They're nothing but propaganda for common Marxism. Mr. Rage Against the Man now does what the man says. Fuck Green Day. Francois Ozon's The Stranger tops Francis Lumiere Awards as Richard. I don't know. CBS is ready. Okay, we're done. Moving on. IGN. Shooty Hoo news. Something went wrong. Doctor Who director says Disney Plus deal didn't result in a better show. Jed, bookmark this. We're talking about this on Sunday. All right, I'm bookmarking this right now. I'm going to bookmark this. Remind me. This requires, you know what? F it. We're doing this now. No, we're doing this now. We'll come back to it on Sunday. We're doing this right now. Oh, manna from heaven. Woo! When it rains, I get wet. It wasn't a better show with more money. Doctor Who director reflects on Disney's ditched funding deal and admits something went wrong. Yeah, you know what went wrong? You hired an effeminate black gay man to be the doctor because Russell T. Davies was plugging his butt. That's what went wrong. That is what went wrong. There were lots of areas you could point fingers at. Oh, I got 10 fingers and 10 toes. I'm going to point all of them and everything involved with this shit show. Doctor Who, Daredevil, and Last of Us director Peter Hoare has reflected on Disney Plus ditching its lucrative co-funding deal for Doctor Who and admitted that ultimately something wrong. Lucrative? Lucrative? Disney sank a few $100 million into Shooty Who and got nothing for it except the lowest rated Doctor Who shows of all time. And a lot of mocking and a lot of Jenny different crap and terrible stories. Terrible writing. Hoare originally directed Matt Smith episode A Good Man Goes to War. Oh, see, now that's Doctor Who. That's Doctor Who. A Good Man Goes to War. Oh, see, Jed knows. Ugh. Before returning to BBC's flagship sci-fi series for Shooty got was more recent stories, The Robot Revolution and Lucky Day, both terrible episodes. These formed part of the show's most recent season, the second and final set of episodes brought to life with an injection of Disney cash. Speaking now months after the BBC was left to confirm Disney had walked away, Hoare suggested, I saying Hoare, it's probably Hoare, but I like saying Hoare. Hoare suggested the deal hadn't been as successful as the show hadn't gotten better despite extra money on screen. You can't throw money at problems. Throwing money at problems doesn't solve anything. I don't think anybody would doubt the skills at the front line of the show, but something went wrong. Oh, I doubted everything. Listen, you want to watch it? Go to the playlist, Doctor Who Cares Reviews, myself, Jed, and Dermy. For 2 seasons, we broke this shit down. You can watch us talk about it. Go, check it out. We ripped it apart. I reviewed some of it, too. There's some reviews up there. Go watch them. Evergreen. Not going anywhere. I'll tell you. We will tell you everything that went wrong with Doctor Who, Shooty Who. We'll tell you everything went wrong. Still, I think there were lots of areas you could put. Okay, wait, I lost my track. Still, Hoare framed this ultimately as a good thing, as without Disney Plus on board, and with other streamers also look to be more economical with their own investments, we haven't got the money anymore. Nobody has. Yeah, because when you waste money and get nothing for it, investors don't want to spend money. It's that simple. If you have a good product, a product that's bringing in views, that's bringing in ad revenue, that's bringing in merch sales, oh, you have a success. And also, if you control your budgets, that is a problem. None of these studios, none of these streaming services can control their budgets. None at all. Hoare was interviewed as he revealed plans to reboot fellow classic BBC sci-fi show Blake 7. I never watched Blake 7. I'm sure if somebody hears that right now, they're going to go, no, stay away from it. Those who know Blake 7 will probably say that. A project he's undertaking alongside A Good Girl's Guide to Murder and the Witcher producer Matthew Bush. Oh, all right, you're already doing Witcher producer. Anybody involved with The Witcher should be banned from making anything ever again because they destroyed what should have been a gold mine of content for years between books and games. And you had a star that wanted to be there. You had Henry Cavill who wanted to be there, and you drove him away and replaced him with Lesser Hemsworth. Discussing why now was a good time to revive Blake 7's franchise, Bush noted that the pair had seen a gap in the market in the UK. A gap. There's 63 million people in the UK, and you only get 1 to 2 million to watch your shit Shooty Who. That's it. Yeah, Hide Red Dwarf. Particularly with the well-publicized dropping off of Doctor Who for genre-based British IP. Ouch. Yeah, drop off because it was shit. Because you ruined it. BBC's belated confirmation that would continue Doctor Who without Disney's funding came after months of speculation surrounding the show's future. They have no money for it. They have enough to squeeze out a Christmas special later this year. We will return with Doctor Who Cares reviews for that. And that's all they got. And we don't even know who the Doctor is because no. Rose, whatever it was, Billy Piper, fake Rose, Bad Wolf, whatever that is, that's not the Doctor. That is not the Doctor. Current Doctor Who showrunner Russell T. Davies took a break from being a moron. Previously talked of writing scripts for a third season on the show's current era. Now, all the BBC has confirmed is that it will fund a single one-off episode penned by Davies to be shown this Christmas. See, I know what I'm talking about. Which many fans expect to be used as a wrap-up of his cliffhanger, a wrap-up of his last-minute cliffhanger, because if you followed this, the Shooty Who Season 2 was not supposed to end the way it did. That was a last-minute quick rush to create something different. Last minute. Deadline previously reported that Disney's Doctor Who deal fell apart due to concerns around the show's budget and shrinking audience. Oh, you don't say. You're going to dump hundreds of millions of dollars into something being watched by nobody, and you wonder why Disney pulled out. You wonder why. With no suggestion it was likely to break through to a mainstream American audience, amid criticism of the series' writing and story arcs, even Doctor Who actor, writer, and superfan Mark Gatiss recently suggested the show is in need of a rest. All right, we're not going to bother with that. Point is, Disney thought they could pump money into something. This was made at the height. This was made 2-3 years ago at the height when we were still using woke as a term properly. That was when this was made the height of that point where they thought they could push this shit. They thought they thought that the new Who fan base, the fake tourist fan base they had generated through Dr. Karen, aka Jodie Whittaker, they thought that that was enough. They convinced themselves that that was enough to create a new modern fan base. But guess what? You drove away the 60 years worth of real fans like myself and Jed and Dermy and Brad and many other people. You drove us all away because you had to make it gay, because you had to make it agenda driven. You had to make it political. You had to wring your hands about Trump. You had to wring your hands about everything that you hate as a commie Marxist. They had to do it. You had to make sure that you address gender. You had to make sure. You had to do all that stuff. And what did it get you? Got Disney, lost hundreds of millions of dollars. One of the oldest science fiction franchises in entertainment history is now dead again. We are looking at another wilderness years. Thankfully, those of us who are still Whovians, Doctor Who fans, we are welcoming wilderness years again, because it will go dormant. It'll stay there until somebody, like when Russell T. Davies was good, will come back, will resurrect it, and if they have brain one in their head, will eliminate everything from Peter Capaldi's regeneration forward. That means wipe out Jodie Whittaker, wipe out 10 and 14, wipe out Shooty Who, wipe it all out. Because guess what? Nobody will cry. 5 people who like to vomit and cry at the same time when they get excited, they might actually cry because it's what they do. But real fans will cheer. The moment you retcon the timeless children, you have a chance to save Doctor Who. That is the one thing you need to do. That is the only thing that can save Doctor Who. Retconning the timeless children. That's it. Because you know what? Not only does the Doctor lie, but guess what? The Master lies too. It's a very simple concept. Very simple. Oh, man. Hurts in my brain. All right, back here. Wow, I did that. Well, hey, we got a little more. Oh, stop. No, what are you doing? What are you doing? Chrome, you're retarded. Thank you all Terminally ill fan reportedly granted access to GTA 6 months before launch. I guess that's nice. That's nice. That's nice. Can't make fun of that. The person's going to die. Dude's going to die. Give him a chance to play GTA 6. It's essentially probably done. They're just maybe shifting the gay around a little bit. Last of Us director Peter Horwitz, we talked about that. We mentioned that in the previous commentary here. Capcom reportedly plans to announce Resident Evil Code Veronica remake this year. I would have to ask my RE buddies how they feel about that because I don't play RE. Matt Damon confirms Netflix wants to change. All right. Let me have a drink. Hold on. Reset. Matt Damon confirms Netflix wants to change how movies are made because of one thing, our phones. Yes, there's a Matt Damon statement out there that Netflix wants you to repeat the plot 4 or 5 times constantly because people are always on their phones. I have an advice for everybody. Leave your phone in the car if you're going to go see a movie. When you're at home, maybe turn your phone off. Turn your phone off. Watch a movie. You know what? We don't need our phones for everything. We don't. It's that simple. Might be hard. Once upon a time, we lived in a world where we didn't have smartphones. And life moved along pretty well. In fact, life was better. Life was better without smartphones. It was. You know it was. Don't lie to me. Don't lie to me. Oh, James Gunn. Wow, it's been a few weeks since we heard from James Gunn. I'm shocked. DCU Chief James Gunn comments on the Brave and the Bold update timing. I wouldn't want to cloud the bat sphere until after that. There was a Batman update? I missed that. I missed a Batman update. Well, if it's something, it'll bubble to the surface and I'll catch it. Nintendo unhappy at Sega mascot's foot during Mario and Sonic at the Olympic Games development. Don't care. Marathon release date appears to have leaked online. Once again, no one's going to play that game. Assassin's Creed boss launches CAD $1.3 million lawsuit alleges his disguised dismissal from Ubisoft was to avoid severance pay. Sue him. Do it. Fuck Ubisoft. Fuck them. Games Workshop explains Warhammer lore behind female custodies after model reveal sparks vociferous response. Yeah, fuck that. There are no female custodies. I know that much. Kel has educated me that much. Ain't no female custodies. That ain't a thing. That's a man. That's a troon. Far Cry 3, Far Cry 3. Why is it? Oh, fucking IGN. Far Cry 3 Blood Dragon and Far Cry 3, Far Cry 3 Blood Dragon, and Far Cry Primal are getting 60 FPS updates. I don't care about that. GTA 6 developer Rockstar North open and operational after fire crews rushed to an explosion. Oh dear. Not everyone. 3 Marvel stars say they've been left out of Avengers Doomsday, and one is quite a surprise. Well, considering if you're putting up Idris Elba Heimdall, he died. He's dead. So he shouldn't be there. Zootopia 2 becomes highest grossing animated Hollywood film of all time. 20 years later, The Bone Temple struggles during opening weekend. Yeah. And we talked about yesterday, Ryan Johnson, blah, blah, blah. Stranger Things SNL sketch sparks online meltdowns as parody triggers predictable activist backlash. Yeah, Jed told me about that yesterday. That Jason Momoa called that dude gay, called him gay. You're gay. You're a homo. You're a homo. And we laughed about it. That's funny. And of course, people are crying. There's the Matt Damon story with Netflix. We're talking about that. Kathleen Kennedy signals Indiana Jones is effectively dead. And Lucasfilm future projects canned after dial-up of Destiny flop. No shit. Once again, like I said yesterday, like I say every time, Lucasfilm has never made a profit for Disney. In 14 years under Kathleen Kennedy, never made a profit. It's losing money. You can't, the truth is there. Bunch of retards can talk about gross all they want, but it's never made a net profit. Never, ever, ever. Disney offers first look inside Buzz Lightyear's Space Ranger spin refurbishment at Magic Kingdom. Yeah. Netflix locks down the Legend of Zelda movie streaming rights after theatrical run. Yeah, we talked about that a couple of days ago, and we don't care. Okay, there it is. There's the news. I'm sticking to it. Let's see. You guys, are you guys throwing anything? No, you're not. Okay, well, we have gone over an hour, and we always just try to go an hour. That's the goal. We get farther than that, that's just gravy. All right, so why don't we go over the let's go over the week. Let's go over the week. And from there, I'll give you guys a chance if there's anything you want to throw my way before we end the stream today. All right, so tonight at 7:30, Jed and I will be playing Jump Space. We're going to attempt to see if I can stream it without lag. We're going to use Jed's setup that he's got, where we're doing the split screen, to see if we can stream it for me without lag. Now, I already got lag. I'm going to lower the settings where I can even more so that I can play without lag, because we got laggy towards the end of last week's stream. And we'll see where we go. We'll see what we'll do. We're going to do a test. If it's right, you'll see it pop up pretty much right before we go live, because that's how much time I'll have. Other than that, let's see. There may or may not be Stream of Conscious tonight. I'm doing a lot and I'm tired right now, so I need to rest. Tuesday night, we will continue solo gaming streams. We're moving on to Dragon Quest 1 HD2D remake, because you guys told me that's where you wanted to go. You guys said keep going, so we will. I've prepared the beginning. There'll be a video attached to the beginning of the stream where I've done prep work for getting started in the game. Then we'll do that tomorrow night. Then Wednesday, because you guys voted on it, we will the return of Nerdgasm, and we will be talking Star Trek: The Next Generation. It's just a general discussion, no particular thought, no particular point. We're just gonna have a general discussion for a couple hours. It'll be a lot of fun. Nerdgasm is just nerding out over it. You guys voted on it, you got it, and then we'll put the vote up for next month's. After next week, I'll start to vote for next month's. Because that's how it's going to be now. You guys will vote on the Nerdgasm for every month. That's how it's going to be. It's in your hands because it's entertaining you. Thursday, Starfleet Academy, episode 3. That's what I'm doing Thursday. Stay tuned for that. Friday, we got Ballbusters, Dermy. I don't know what he's got planned yet. I'm sure it'll be something gay and retarded. Then, of course, Saturday Night Drive-In is no longer live for the time being, and it may stay that way if you guys just watch it straight up as an upload. We may keep it that way. Saturday Night Drive-In this week, Jed and I will be doing Rising Sun. Sean Connery, Sir Sean Connery, and Wesley Snipes. Yeah, that's a good one. Got Rising Sun. Jed's never seen it. We got one of those things. So those will be recorded and uploaded at some point on Saturdays now. And then, of course, Saturday night in the previous time slot of Saturday Night Drive-In, we've got Where No Man Wants to Go reviews. Myself, Jed, Brad, we're going to sit down. We're going to talk Starfleet Academy. You guys really enjoyed it. A lot of people showed up live and over time. So thank you, everybody, for hanging out with us and watching it. We're going to have a lot of fun going forward with that. Then, of course, Sunday, roundtable, 3 p.m. Eastern. We'll talk about the week's events in our special way. And anything else may come up. So whatever happens the rest of the week will happen. I promise nothing because I can deliver on only what I put out, if that makes any sense. Anyway, all right, one last check. Have you guys thrown money my way today? No, you haven't. That's fine. We had a lot of fun today. Go watch my Starfleet Academy reviews if you have not done so already. Right now, I'm going to send you guys over to Jed. Send it over to Endless Frontiers. Go have some fun over there. I'm going to go do laundry and finish watching Pan 2015 for tomorrow for Chat Maybe Watch Us Reviews. So thank everybody for joining me. Hit that like button, subscribe, leave comments, chat it up. I'll see you later tonight for Jump Space. Until then, take it easy.